Did you understand you're charged with assault, family, household, or member with a previous assault conviction? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years, 150 hours of community service restitution, the HMAC, and TAP evaluation, and follow all recommendations. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? All right, what is HMAC?
Hostility management area control.
All right, people love their acronyms, right?
In speaking with probation, I probably should have spelled it out.
No. I always like to know.
I didn't know what it was either, Your Honor.
Okay,
If we want to go off record real quick, I can probably.
I'm sorry.
If we want to go off record real quick, I can probably explain what it is to answer.
Oh, no, I know what the anger and hostility course is. I just didn't know those were that was the acronym.
Okay.
So, all right. My motto is always, if you don't know something, ask. I always tell my students, what's a dumb question is not asking, is the unasked question. Everything else, we're finding out information. So I've learned something new today. All right, so to the offenses charge, how do you plea?
No contest.
All right, state any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state will present the evidence, State's Exhibit 1 with all attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and state, have you spoken with the complainant?
We've attempted to, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor. I do have one ask.
Yes.
Ms. Adams is in yellow because she recently had a baby a month ago at the
Mhm.
jail. So she's currently not working right now. We were wondering if the court would be consider probating any of that fine, 1,500. That was my big ask because she's getting back on her feet as far as when she's out. And we're asking the court to grant her application for deferred and to allow her to do the TAP evaluation outside of jail.
All right, I'll probate the entire fine. So here's my question. I read this police report. Why are you hitting on your mom?
Your Honor, it was honestly, she assaulted my dad and I kind of acted on fear, heard my dad screaming, so that's the reason why I kind of assaulted my mom.
Well, that's not kind of, and it doesn't
Well,
mention that in here. And what, your father, is that Mr. Adams?
Yes.
All right, that's not what he says in this police report.
Well, that's what happened in the true situation.
Why are you living with them?
At the time I was staying with them because my dad had lost his Social Security and my mom was the only one that had Social Security. And I was trying to be my dad's provider. So that was that situation. And, money became an argument in that.
No, that's not what she's saying. She's saying you wanted to lay in bed with her. And she said no.
Your Honor, I have my own air mattress. I didn't have to lay with my mom.
So, I mean, do you want a jury trial? Because it's sounding like counsel, she's saying none of this is true because in the report, it says that your mother had a swollen, busted, and bloody lip, that the officer immediately noticed it. She declined medical attention, and she stated that you had been staying at the motel with them. Victim states that you and her do not get along. It says that you went to lay in the same bed as the victim, and the victim told you to get up and move, and that caused an argument. Victim stated that she attempted to leave the location multiple times, but the suspect, that's you, was not allowing her to walk out the room. Suspect pushed victim multiple times away from the door, then punched her in the face one time with a closed fist. Suspect then grabs the witness's cell phone from the bed and fled the location. Witness 1 witnessed the assault and stated that suspect did push the victim and punch her in the face. Witness is disabled and bedridden. Victim provided information on suspect, and after running her information through CAD, it was determined she had a prior conviction of family violence. Then, are you saying that you didn't take your father's cell phone?
It was mine and I had literally just got paid that day. So that's the only reason why I took my phone back.
All right, they're saying it's his phone because they said, I contacted the suspect over the phone with the phone number provided that was witness's cell phone. And it says, you state, I'm not coming back to the location and I did not assault the victim. And it says in here that you told them that the victim purposely hit herself to make it look like she was assaulted. And now you're telling me something different.
I didn't call on saying that she hit herself. I admitted to the police officer on the phone that I did assault.
No, that's not what this says, unless you're telling me the police officer just like, let me make something up in this story and put in here that she said she never hit her and that the victim hit themselves.
Judge, I've had extensive conversations with Ms. Adams about the particular situation. And while there's some dispute about the factual situation, overall, what it boils down to, and Ms. Adams agrees, is that she did hit her mother. That did occur. Circumstances around it are a little fluid, but overall, she does want the court to proceed with deferred adjudication. And she believes she can be quite successful on deferred.
How old is your mother?
She was born in 75.
All right, how old are you?
25.
You shouldn't be hitting on your parents. You shouldn't be hitting on anyone. And honestly, because you have a previous conviction for assault, I don't even know why you should be trusted around children, honestly, because it appears that you have a temper. And that hasn't been sufficiently addressed because you're here for another assault and it's another family assault. State, you wanted to add something because you came up?
I did want to add that we're just requesting that the evaluation is recommended by the state be actually done in custody.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Judge, we would just ask to have the evaluation done out of custody.
When's the last time you had employment?
During my around this time, the incident,
Doing what?
my father's providing bill. It was for women.
All right, I can tell you right now, I don't allow people to be home health care providers for family members.
Well, I was looking for employment at fast food, honestly.
Well, no. We start with what were you doing? And you said you were doing home health care providing work for your father. I don't allow this in this court. And to me, the home health care business is becoming akin to when we first started practicing, everybody was working at West Telemarketing. Now, home health care provider is West Telemarketing for felons. I don't allow people who are on felony probation to be home health care providers. They need to get a job. And home health care providers need to quit just looking at the bottom dollar where they're making a lot of money. Then they just hire random people to come in and watch people. Oh, you can watch them and we'll pay you $10 an hour. And then other things ended up happening. There's no way you should be in charge of caring for anybody because you have a temper that you cannot control. And how many children do you have?
Three living children.
I'm sorry?
3 living children.
All right. And what are their ages?
I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, and then a 1-month-old.
And who are they with now?
Right now they're with dad's custody.
All right. What does that mean they're in dad's custody? Was there a hearing? He has legal custody, or you're just like, hey, I'm going to jail. Here you go.
Well, he's on the birth certificate and I'm incarcerated. So they stay with him and his mom due to my living situation with my mom.
All right. So that tells me that the grandmother's taking care of these children. I don't know why people continue to have children and then they want somebody else to take care of them. But I guarantee you, when these children graduate, when these children ended up being famous for whatever they've done, the parents who did not really care for them, they're going to be telling everybody on the planet, that's my baby. And those children should say, no, I'm not. You didn't raise me. So in this court, you're not going to be allowed to be a home healthcare provider. All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. Affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Norma Casillas, Caslallas, and Tory, Tory, Adams. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. And there's to be no employment in the healthcare field at all. So these schools where people go to and they're there for 3 months and they learn how to take blood, not allowed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be 150 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's complete, 50 hours will be deemed satisfied. How far did you go in school?
I got my GD.
All right, what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Honestly, working and taking care of my kids.
All right, I'm going to order, if she completes trade school, 100 hours to be deducted. I'm not requiring you to get a trade school certification, but if you do, 100 hours will be deducted. Otherwise, you're going to be picking up trash off the side of the road in the heat of San Antonio. HMAC, the Batter's Intervention Program, TAP evaluation in custody, follow recs, field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, and regular random UAs. Probation, is there anything else?
Judge, I just wanted to, the hostility management aggression control course. It is a form of the BIPP course.
Mhm.
Both of them do have a good amount for
Which do you think would be most appropriate for her?
the hostility management aggression control.
All right, so then I will not order the BIPP. Probation, is there anything else?
No.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Beating up your parent, never a good thing. If you feel as though your parent has not been the best of parents to you, you're an adult. That means that, you know what, mom, dad, you were not a parent to me. So I'm no longer going to have any contact with you. But to fight with your parent, that's a no-no. Think about it. What if one of your children were to start beating you up? It's not a good thing. You need to watch the movie called Imitation of Life. It's not so much about her being physically abusive to her mom, but she was emotionally abusive to her mom. Then when her mom dies, guess what? She is running down the street, crying, telling everybody who will listen, that's her mom. We only have our parents for a small window on this planet. And trust me, if your parents are here till they're 100, it's still never enough time. So you're going to have to change your ways. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.